Okay, today's pop-up is called a vertical riser. It's a way of getting a great amount of action of something actually rising up and down. How can you use it? You can use it lots of different ways. Here's one example. Okay, when I open up this page, you have this bear rising. Let's try that again. Slowly opening up, and this bear rises up. This bear, interestingly, is next to an RV camper and a picnic table, and he's got nothing less than an Oreo cookie in between his claws. There's a true family story with this bear. I wanted to remember it, so I made it pop up. How do you do this? How do you show that? Well, here, if I go sideways, you can see this mechanism. You've got these two pieces behind. When I open it up, those move. And the back part, look, underneath, this is how I fixed the bear to that piece. This is the riser mechanism, and this is what I'd like to show you today. First, start off like we've been starting off. This is my cardstock paper, where I'm doing a line in the middle to show you where I'm folding. Next, I've got two V-folds that I've cut out from the corner. You'll recognize that from the other videos that I've had. I'm going to fold corner to corner. And then I have to cut it off a special way, and that's something that makes this different from the other cuts. Right now, the right side, this is the fold. This is the opening on the left side. I need to make a cut that parallels with this open cut side. So I'm lining up my scissors. The deeper, the wider you make that cut, the more movement on the flap you're going to have. So the end, this isn't quite lined up, so I'm going to just trim that off like that. So now when I open it up, these V-folds, even more so, look like V's. And I did two at once to make sure they're exactly the same size. If they're not the same size, you're going to have some trouble. Now, just like the other videos, I've done a line here to show where the fold is. I have to line up the folds. I'll take some tape, put some tape on the edges. I'm going to do the underneath fold first. 1 and 2. I'm going to pop it out just to make sure it works smoothly. So you see I just put my hand behind, pulled upward. Now as I close this, you see that action. Isn't it nice being able to see this on the white tape? Ha. You can cover that later with a piece of paper if you like, with glue or with two-sided tape. Here's the second part. I'm going to take that second V, and I need to place this also on the fold. 1, 2 pieces of tape. Now I can put this high or low. I can actually overlap. I can pull here and pop it out, making sure they're both popping out. Now when I test it, you'll see how they both work in tandem. They're working together. You're almost there. I can move this higher or lower. It depends what kind of shape I want to have. Here's the semi-tricky part, but it's very doable. I'm going to take some tape, and I'm going to back tape both arms of the V's. So here, the sticky side is right here. Here's the sticky side. I'm going to slip it behind and then push down. I'm going to take the other one, trim it a little bit. Sticky side is up. I'm going to slip it behind and push down. There we go. 2 more. Next, if you have something ready to tape behind, that's really handy. I'm going to take this orange sheet of paper, fold it in half, and just make a ball. Now I'm folding it in half. That's going to help me a little bit later on. You will soon see. I'm going to make a ball just because it makes for a quick demonstration. And in this shape, it's pretty easy to see. That's not a very good ball. More like a pumpkin. Let's make it a pumpkin. It's kind of near that season. Okay, so I've got the fold here in the middle. I'm going to draw it out so you guys can see. And I'm going to line up this middle fold with the fold in the background. Like that. I'm going to push it down. Now, when I close these pages, notice how that orange pumpkin shape also closes. That's because of the fold. So you have to match up the fold. Sometimes people don't get that and they're like, it's not closing. What's going on? You got to have that fold there. That way it all works together. So here's another view. Move it close like that. You've got this action. What could that be like? You can make it like wings, 2 wings. You're like, hey, look, he's flying. You can do so many things with this. Here's some examples. So these are some done from previous years. Look at this one. Got to cover the name. I can't reveal which students did it, but if you're from our community, you'll probably recognize this. Look at this shark. He's coming up over here, and you can see the remnants of a boat. This is like Jaws from the movie. Look at that riser. Everything here is underwater. Works great. Here's another one. When pigs fly, it says. And you see this pig coming up over here with this barn type area. Now, they don't always have to go up, like I said at the start of the video. You could have something like this example. I've got this light, this flame coming down on a candle. Again, you can cover up the tape a little bit later on, but this is a good example of something coming down. Some more. Here's one more example. I also really like King Arthur's story. So this one, look at that sword coming out of the stone, sword in the stone. Look at all these layers. I've got, you just cut these pieces on the side. These are actually glued behind here. Glue works great. There we have many examples of what you two can do. That's how you can use the vertical riser in a few different ways as you make pop-ups.